Hi, my name is Danielle, and I'm with Route 5 Farm, just here to show you a little bit about how we wash totes. And so right now we're in our CSA tote washing area, and we have this kind of postal tote style CSA box with a separate lid, and we have about 400 of these going out every week that we need to have a pretty tight system to efficiently wash and keep them clean. So Keith is with me here today washing totes, and so we basically have a system where when the totes come back from delivery, they're face up, and after we've sprayed them clean and washed them, they dry and they're face down, and we'll collapse the stack and they'll be stacked face down, and that's how we know it's a clean tote. So Keith is gonna, I guess let's just kind of do our quick zoom in and spray down technique here.
Obviously anything stuck in there, you get it with the good old hand brush, and inside, outside, and then I give it a flip to the other side and the bottom, and that goes into the pyramid. Easy peasy. Covers have to be sprayed down too. You just kind of stack those in these little nests that we got here and give those a good spray, kind of section them out like a book. So as you can see, they're kind of just stacked like this. So I start from the front and then I kind of just go along and just spray and flipping pages.
We use these U-boats to stack them and move the clean ones in for a CSA pack. So this is showing you kind of how we can move around stack of clean CSA totes. So now we're moving on to our wholesale toads. So this same idea here where we've got all the totes that just came back from delivery that need to get cleaned are all upright. We're gonna get into washing those. Yeah, so same system, just spraying out inside and out, all sides. We like to set up a little stand so that it's a little more ergonomic and not leaning over quite so much. And these just get flipped over and all nested together upside down to drain and dry. We found that these dry just as well because they have an angled like slope to the tote, so they dry just as well all stacked together, whereas the CSA totes we put in the pyramid to air dry, just they don't get as musty that way. So two different systems. All right, so Keith is just going to demonstrate how this goes. found is useful in this space, since it's a rather narrow space to maneuver these large pallets of heavy totes, is we built these little wheelies, like pallet-sized dollies with lockable wheels. So you can move these around really quite easily with one hand if you want. And then you can get them right into your space. And the whole space is very modular, just because everything in here is on these wheelie pallets. We sort of invested in these slightly more expensive labels that are waterproof and don't wash off or scrub off, and just stuck one on every single, so they're visible when they're nested, because these totes go to our wholesale sites and they get left there for a couple days until we do another delivery to pick them back up again. And so they're all nested at the site, and if the label's on the side here, then it gets hidden and then you lose your totes because nobody can tell whose tote is who. So we found it was really important that the label was visible, you know, like right on that, even when they're nested, side of the tote.